Hey beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Gabby if you are new here, and today we are going to be in the kitchen. I have several kitchen projects that we need to get done today because it is my anniversary week, which I'm so excited about. And me and my husband, we're taking a getaway to the mountains. We're gonna be in this cabin that is in the middle of nowhere, and so I want to prepare as much food as I possibly can, just so that we don't have to try to run out and get food, but we still have something really good to eat. So today's agenda, we're going to prep. So this video is going to be over the course of 2 days. So today we're going to prep one breakfast, which is going to be our acai bowls. So we're going to prep the acai and the yogurt mixture for the acai bowl. And we're going to put that in the freezer, so that's that. We're also going to prep stuffed shells. We're going to get that started and going, and then we're also going to prep some biscuits. So the stuffed shells, my plan is to go ahead and make them, but not bake them. Assemble the stuffed shells and then put it in the freezer. So whatever day we eat it, it'll be ready. We're good to go there. And then the biscuits, making those, but don't bake them, just gonna freeze them, and so we'll bake those whenever we get to the house. I do have some other projects that we're going to need to get to that's on my cabinet right now. One, we're going to start off with some blueberries. Who was it? Target had their blueberries for 79 cents a container, organic blueberries. I should have gotten way more than I got, but I didn't want to be greedy, so I did pick up 5 containers of blueberries. So I'm going to freeze majority of these, but we're also going to have some for fresh eating out as well. So that's one thing. And over here, we have some chicken broth. So yesterday my sister-in-law made chicken Alfredo, and so she had 2 rotisserie chickens, and she was just gonna throw the bones away. So I was like, no, let me take it. And I made chicken stock out of it because I actually need this stock for a Jamaican meal that we're going to be making on the trip. So it all coincides and works together. So thank you guys for being here. Let's go ahead and get into some projects that we have. I'm gonna put my stock in 2 clean mason jars. But first and foremost, let's go ahead and get these blueberries done just so that I can go ahead and put these in the freezer. Let me strain these off. So I did soak these in water and vinegar. Gonna rinse these off again. There we go. Some of the blueberries still have the stem on them, so I'm gonna go through and pick off the stems. So like, I don't know. For example, like this one still has the stem on it. I don't know if you guys can see that. So we're just gonna go in and pick that off. All right, friends, our blueberries are packaged up here. And then I do have a small container left out for our acai bowls and just for fresh eating. So those are gonna go in the freezer. Next, we're gonna go ahead and move to our stock. So I'm gonna put my strainer and my large bowl there. And we're gonna get this beautiful stock rendered off. Let me get a spoon. Alrighty, let's get some of this out of here. I like to pick out the big pieces as much as I can and get some of the juice rendered off of that. And I'll give my dogs some of the bone, not the bone, some of the chicken off of the bones. They just have to go through it. And I'm not looking for like perfect broth. because this is going to be used to just flavor our red beans. Or no, not red beans. Rice and peas. All right, let's go for it. Separated our scraps out. I'm gonna go through that just later on today and pick through it for my dog. And then here is our delicious broth. And so what we're going to do is go ahead and pour it into our 2-quart jars. I do have another jar here on the side just in case I need that. So let's go ahead and fill these babies up. Gosh, Gabby. All right, friends, so in the matter of like 10 minutes, we got 2 projects done. Our blueberries are going into the freezer, and our chicken stock is now in containers, and we're gonna be able to utilize these. I did get 3 individual containers of chicken stock, so I'm super excited about this. Gonna let these cool off because they're still a little warm, and then we're gonna put these in the oven. Let's clean up the kitchen a little bit, and then let's get to making, let's make our acai bowls. I'll leave the actual recipe down below from the acai recipe that I typically use, but this one, I just have a whole bunch of fruit in my freezer that I'm just going to make up an acai smoothie bowl, whatever you want to call it. I have 3 containers here. My goal is to at least get 3 containers. If I get more, perfect, but I need to get at least 3. So for my freezer, I also have some bananas. These are 3 bananas. So I'm going to dump all 3 of these in here. Before I continue, let me show you this. These are the acai packets that I like to use. This is the unsweetened one, Sambazon, acai superfruit packets. You normally get, I think, 4 packets in one of these bags. They are kind of pricey if you ask me. I think it's like $6.99. So I normally buy 2 packets. I buy this one that is sugar-free, and then I buy one that is regular. It has sugar in it. So what I have here is just 1 regular packet and then 2 sugar-free packets. The regular packets are this darker purple color, but the sugar-free ones are the lighter. I like to mix it a little bit because what's going in here has no sugar. So my yogurt has no sugar in it. I'm not adding any sugar like honey or maple or anything like that. So I at least like to have a little bit of sweetness from that 1 packet. But I'm gonna get more sweetness too from my toppings because I do add honey on top of it. It's like perfect. So let me get some scissors. Alrighty, so we're gonna put our acai packets in. Now I'm thinking, do I really want to do 3 packets? Okay, since I have so much fruit, I'm actually just gonna use 2. So I use 1 unsweetened and then 1 sweetened, 3 bananas, and then we're just going to start adding stuff. I have a little bit of peaches that were in my freezer, so it's about 6 slices of peaches are going in. I have some blackberries. So I'm going to add just a handful of blackberries in here. And I have some sliced strawberries from the store that I need to get rid of because I've been getting strawberries from like the farmer's market and stuff. So I don't need these at this time. Just gonna add some strawberries to it. Again, I've been making this for so long that like I just eyeball stuff. For our liquid, I like to use almond milk. However, I have a little bit of regular milk left in this container, and I'm ready to get it out of my refrigerator. So I'm going to add, I don't want to add too much. So I'm going to add most of that in there. And then we're going to go in with some yogurt. I like to use either vanilla or plain yogurt. This is a protein yogurt from Aldi. So we're going to scrape this in. And I don't even have that much in there. I don't know if you guys can tell. This is probably about 3/4 of a cup, maybe. But I like to add some type of a yogurt to it. I do have these Chobanis. Let's add one of these just for a little bit more yogurt thickness. And this is the vanilla one. Yeah, perfect. You guys are gonna think I'm crazy, but when I tell you this is delicious, this is just delicious. So I have my Vitamix mixer here. And we're gonna go ahead and process this. I'm gonna go in and add the rest of the milk that I have in here. I literally, it's just a little bit of milk left. So I'm just gonna add it to it just to help it out a little bit. Now I can throw that container away. So satisfying. Clear up my refrigerator. I have the speed on 3. I'm actually gonna up it to 5. Y'all, that is so good. Oh, I can do that because it's just me and my husband. Don't trip out. This is so delicious. Let me show you guys. Hold on. So if you're going to eat this in real time, please make sure you do not overmix because it will truly continue to blend into a smoothie and not a smoothie bowl. So you want this thick consistency that we have going on here. Let me show you guys. Very, very thick. Ooh, this is gonna be so good. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and make our smoothie containers. Just gonna go ahead and pour some of this in here. It's so thick and it's actually heavy, so let's not do that. Let's just scoop it out. These are freezer safe containers that I've washed out. Try this, like seriously, try it. And these are like, this is a good amount, right? Like such a good amount, and we still have enough room at top to put our toppings. So for toppings, what I like to do, let me bring myself up. So for toppings, what we like to have are chopped up bananas, some blueberries, some coconut flakes, some granola, and honey. I'll be sure to show you guys. Just follow the vlogs and you'll be able to see what those actually look like. Still some from these other containers. There we go. And now we have breakfast for one night is done. We have also prepped our chicken stock, blueberries. We're on a good momentum. All right, so next let's go ahead and do some biscuits. Let's go ahead and get our biscuits going so we can put those in the freezer as well. Okay guys, so you're gonna think I'm crazy, but before we make the biscuits, I was just thinking that acai bowl is going to be fire. It's gonna be so good that I want to make my own granola. I actually have granola in my pantry from Aldi, which is phenomenal. It's a really good granola. However, if I'm gonna do the effort to make such a rich and delicate acai bowl, I might as well make an even better granola. And so I've made my homemade granola for years now. I just got lazy maybe sometime last month, and I was like, I'm just gonna buy some granola from Aldi. I'm not gonna keep making it, but today is the day we're going to make it. I'm gonna show you guys how simple it is. The only thing you need is coconut oil, some honey, some almonds, oh excuse me, pecans, some almonds, and coconut flakes. Pecans are actually optional. The recipe that I'm gonna link down below, which I actually follow, doesn't actually use pecans, but I'm a pecan girly, so I like to use it. So let's go ahead and get into this. First, we need 1/3 cup of coconut oil, which I'm going to go ahead and melt down. And of course, I'm not measuring, which is probably gonna be detrimental to me. So let me heat this up. Okay, while that is heating, we need to chop up some almonds. I am just using regular dry whole almonds that I'm going to put into my food processor, my mini food chopper here. So you need 1.5 cups. Again, since I am also doing pecans, I'm probably gonna do like, I don't know how much this is, but this is as much almonds as I'm going to use. And then I'm going to, let's pulse this up first, and then we'll pulse up our pecans, because pecans are much softer. So let's go ahead and get this pulse up. My mom would be so proud of me right now. All right, so now we have our almond pieces looking good, looking good. So let me get this coconut oil. All right, so we have our melted coconut oil. Just have a clump in here. There we go. Our coconut oil has been melted. So what I'm going to do, it's just a dump and go. Dump our, just to make sure you guys can see this. So we're going to dump our pecans in to our coconut oil. And then we're gonna chop up some pecans. I used a lot of different variation of nuts in this before. So walnuts would be great in this. Like whatever you have, just use it. We're going to mix up our pecans. I may actually put some more almonds in there because I think I may have a lot of coconut oil. Perfect. Here are our pecans chopped up. I don't like to chop them too long because I still like to have some texture. There's no oats in this, so you're getting everything from your nuts. So there we go there. And then we're going to add some coconut flakes. But first, what I forgot is the honey. I should have added the honey in with the coconut oil. So since that is still warm, let me go ahead and add that in. The recipe says about 1/2 cup. Do what your heart desires. I think I may have put in 1/4 cup. Again, I don't have to have it too sweet. We're gonna add some coconut flakes in here. We need some salt. That's what I need. A little bit of salt. We're gonna give this a good old mix. Just like that, guys. We are about to have some homemade granola. So we're gonna bake this for on 300 for a couple minutes. I can't remember off the top of my head, but we're gonna go ahead and bake this. I will say watch it because it definitely will burn. There we go. Should I add more almonds to this? No, it's just 2 people. And I don't think I made the full recipe to begin with. So here we go. I have a silicone baking sheet that we're just going to, let me spray it just in case. This sheet is worn down. I shouldn't have to spray it, but I'm just gonna spray it just in case. And then we're going to add our delicious granola. Probably should have tried it, but yeah. Let's try this to make sure we actually like it. Ah! Yo! It's so, why is it so good? Oh, gosh, so good. So here we have it. An oat-free, grain-free granola that is just so beautiful. I'm gonna spread it out. I do like to have like clusters of granola. However, I noticed that if it's too many clusters, if it's not spread out evenly, certain areas will cook faster than others and it'll burn. So to compensate for the fact that I don't have a lot of clusters, I just add more granola. You know, just double up on the granola. All right, we're gonna put this in a 300-degree oven. I wish you guys could smell this. Like, it is amazing. I may just have to have a little bit of yogurt today for lunch. Like, it is amazing. I did it for about 18 minutes. The recipe calls for 30 minutes, but I didn't do the whole 30 minutes. So let's get back to our biscuits. So here we have our butter that has been cut up to about table size pieces, and we're gonna put this in and we're just gonna work it into our flour mixture until it's pea size amount. I do have on a glove because I rather not touch it with my bare hands. Specifically said use your hand. I do have a pastry cutter, but I'm gonna use my hand since it actually said to do that. Kind of want to use the whole stick of butter, the other 2 tablespoons, but I'm gonna resist since it didn't call for it. Okay, this is looking good. So next we're going to add our 1/2 and 1/2 and heavy whipping cream. So I'm gonna go in with 1/4 of a cup after I make a well in the middle. 1/4 of a cup of 1/2 and 1/2. Or excuse me, heavy whipping cream. I actually don't have 1/2 and 1/2, so I'm gonna have to make it up myself. So we need 1/2 of a cup. Oh. So that was 1/4 of a cup of heavy whipping cream, so I'm gonna go 1/4 of a cup of milk. Okay, perfect. So here goes our 1/2 and 1/2 mixture. All right, and so we're gonna go ahead and just fold in our dry ingredients into our mix until the dough becomes sticky. And then we're going to put it on our floured surface. That is not floured yet, but we will get it floured. Okay, it's like still very, very dry. It said until sticky, but it's not really sticky. Just add like a little bit more milk. Okay, it's still crumbly, but we're gonna see how it, because it said do not overwork it. So I'm going to get flour on our clean surface. All right, here's our dough. Dump it out. It is very dry. Very, very, very dry. But the recipe says do not over knead it. All right, it said to knead it 3 times, but it's so crumbly. I have to add some more liquid. It is way too crumbly. Like, way too crumbly. This is probably not the best thing to do, but it's like way too crumbly. There we go, that's way better. Maybe I didn't mix, or maybe I didn't measure by my wet ingredients out enough. All right, mix this up 3 times and then we're gonna roll it. All right, let's cut these out. It makes either 8 to 12. Is this an inch? I don't know, it looks about right, right? Let's just see. There we go, we'll see how it goes, I guess, I don't know. All right, friends, so we are going to start on our cookies now. I do have some butter over here browning because these are going to be our brown butter cookies. And I also have a pot of water. Let me bring you guys down. A pot of water that we're going to go ahead and start so that we can boil the noodles for our shells. So we're going to be trying to do 2 recipes right now. Stuffed shells as well as our brown butter cookies, which I need to watch the butter. But I want to show you guys, there we go. So I want to show you guys really quickly though, the biscuits. So the biscuits are actually in the freezer. I can't show you that. But I did cook up one of the biscuits here. And so this is one that the top, it was like a little crumbly and so it came off. And so I tried to put it together, but let's try one of the biscuits together. It doesn't look like flying biscuit at all. So I'm not gonna lie there. It doesn't look like the flying biscuit type of biscuits, but let's go ahead and give it a taste test to see how they are. Let's just bite it. Hands down, That's the best biscuit I've ever made. That is so, it tastes just like their biscuits. It doesn't look like it. Tastes just like it. But I will tell you too, before I popped them in the freezer, I coated on top of them. I brushed it with half and half and put a little bit of sugar on top of it. This is a phenomenal biscuit. Oh my goodness. Okay. That's phenomenal. All right, let me get our butter browning. Also, our granola has officially cooled. So I'm going to grab a jar and we're going to package that up so we can take that with us as well. But our pasta water is here heating up. Our butter is going to be browning. So let's go ahead and get into that deliciousness. I have a dilemma too. So today I was supposed to do cookies, shells, stuffed shells, what we're gonna make, and biscuits. I wasn't supposed to do the acai today, which is fine that I did it. That was actually supposed to be for tomorrow. So I just got one extra project in today, which is awesome. So my hope is, it's 4 o'clock now. I'm hoping to be done with both of these items by 5 o'clock, but we'll see. All right, friends, so our granola is packaged up and ready to go for our trip. We're definitely not going to eat all of this at all, but I have some homemade granola that me and my husband can enjoy for the next couple of weeks. Let's get on to our stuffed shells. So these are the brand of jumbo stuffed shells that I'm going to be using that I got from Publix. I'm going to go ahead and drop these in our boiling water for about 8 minutes, and then we're gonna get these al dente, and then we're gonna work on the filling. Our brown butter is cooling, excuse me. And so once that is completely cool, we will go ahead and make our brown butter sugar cookies. Last 2 projects of the day, and I think we can get them done within a reasonable time, guys. All right, friends, we are about to start our pasta mixture. We're gonna saute up some shallots and garlic going in. Gonna let this go for a good 5 minutes. I did ground up some ground beef in this pan because my husband was adamant that he needed meat with his shells. So as our shells are cooling, I am going to go ahead and do the mixture. So our shallots are going to cook. Once those are done, for 5 minutes, I'm going to add in some tomato paste and then some vodka, because this is a vodka sauce. And then we're gonna let that cook down and then add in some half and half. And then yeah, red pepper flakes, and that will essentially be our sauce. This is my first time making vodka sauce and it looks really good. So what I'm gonna do, because I already forgot, is add a little bit of beef to this because my husband insists. All right, we are going to give our vodka sauce a try with the meat in it to see if all of the seasonings and everything are like is how we like it. So let's go ahead and try this. That is so good. God did that. That's good. Okay, Let's keep this show on the road. Now we're gonna make some herb pesto oil to go with this as well. Alright friends, so we're almost done with our shells. We're gonna go ahead and make the filling for our shells. So in my bowl, I do have the chopped up spinach. I actually used a little bit of frozen spinach that I had in my refrigerator and just drained out the moisture. So to this, I'm going to add 2 egg yolks. And then we're going to add a container of ricotta cheese. It says a pound, this is 15 ounces, so we're going to add this in. We're going to add a cup of mozzarella cheese. We'll do about half of this packet. And then we're going to add a cup of some grated Parmesan cheese. All right, so to that, we're going to just stir this up and then add salt and pepper. There we go. And so we're gonna give this a taste to see what it may need. I don't know what it's supposed to taste like, but oh, that's pretty good. Salt and pepper. We're gonna add some pepper. Whoa, that was a lot. Then we're gonna add some salt. I feel like it could use like some garlic powder. Yeah, let me add some garlic and onion powder. I mean, I just want to kick it up another notch. It tastes fine, but I just want it to taste even better. Perfect. All right, let's taste this. Oh yeah, so much better. All right, that's our filling. So what I plan on doing is making 2 small individual plates of this, or containers, just because it's just me and my husband. We're not going to be eating a lot of shells at this trip. So we're gonna make 2 small pans. All right, so what I did to my vodka sauce is later in the recipe, it does say add some of your pasta water to it. So I did, just to thin it out a little bit. And then I also added a little bit of sugar as well, just to give me some from the tomato sauce or the tomato paste. So we're gonna go in, move my ricotta cheese out the way. So we're gonna go in and we're gonna layer the bottom of the pan with some of this. And then we're gonna save the rest of it for the top of the pan. And these are 8-inch. These are 8-inch baking dishes that I'm doing as well. All right, there we go. And so now we're gonna start stuffing our shells. So I have my shells here. And let me get a spoon. I was just like rereading the recipe to see when I add that lemon pesto oil. And believe it or not, it doesn't actually go in until after it's done cooking. But oh well. Okay. First time doing this, so if I'm doing it wrong, certainly let me know. But I'm going to try to stuff them as much as I can. There we go. All right, we are done stuffing. I did have this many shells left. However, these shells are broke. So that's perfect. That's fine that I have those left. And so I ended up with 2 full trays of 20 stuffed shells each. And so we're going to go ahead and spread the rest of our vodka sauce over each of these. Alrighty, 2 stuffed shells with vodka sauce, and we're gonna go ahead and get these wrapped up and put these in the freezer. And then those are going to be done. I'm going to transfer my oil, the basil oil that goes on these after they bake. I'm gonna put those in a small container. And so that'll be ready to package for me when we go. The last thing we have to do, guys, is make some cookie batter. All right, friends, I think we can get these cookies mixed up in a matter of minutes. So in my bowl, I have our brown butter, I have sugar, and then I'm going to add in some brown sugar. And we're going to get this mixed up on our KitchenAid. Once this is mixed, I am going to add eggs, and then I'm also going to add our extracts, vanilla, almond, as well as lemon extract. We're gonna let that beat for 3 to 4 minutes until that's fluffy as well. Excuse me, I'm tired, it's a long day. We're gonna go in with vanilla extract. We're gonna go in with 2 teaspoons. And a half a teaspoon of our almond extract and lemon extract. I think I'm actually gonna go 1/4 of a teaspoon. I'm gonna do 1/4 of a teaspoon because on the recipe I remember reading some of the comments, and it did say that oh, I just spilled all of my almond extract. Ah! This is lemon. My house is smelling like almond extract because I spilled it, but keep it moving. We're gonna do 2 cups of our flour. Gonna stick with the white lily since my biscuits came out so well with this. It didn't say that the flour needed to be sifted or anything, so I'm just gonna go in with 2 cups of flour. Alrighty, then we're gonna follow that by 1 teaspoon of baking soda. It's a half teaspoon measure, so I'm gonna do it twice. And then a half a teaspoon of salt. Let me give that a good mix. All right, there we go. Here is our batter. So we're going to go ahead and scoop these out onto our cookie sheet and then freeze them up, and then we'll enjoy those in a couple days. Well, friends, that is it for today. We have embarked on a great journey in the kitchen today. We started off with preparing our blueberries for the freezer. Then we went ahead and jarred up some chicken stock. We made some granola. We also made some cookie dough. I actually made one of the cookies just for a tester. Look, it came out so big. It's too hot to eat right now, so I'll tell you guys tomorrow how that is. And we also made some biscuits as well as some stuffed shells. So today was full in the kitchen. I am so excited you guys stayed with me. We'll continue this tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be making Jamaican stew with rice and peas. We will also be making marinade for our steak. And there's something else on my list to make for tomorrow, but I can't think. Oh, broccoli. I think we're going to be making some broccoli to go with our steak. So, you know, we're going to have another fun day in the kitchen, but I will see you tomorrow. I'm proud of you.